Om Sadivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Radha Krishna Padan Saganalitam Sri Visakham Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusita Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatrivasya Kurpa Sindhuvaiva Cha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnavya Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedantu Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Saraswati Deve Gauravani Picharine Nirvishesha Sunyabadi Pasyat Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you. Today's discussion is very important point, that who is a madman. So many times the materialistic people, they accuse and they sarcastically ridicule the devotees as a madman, because the devotee lifestyle is more unconventional, against their taste and experience. So they think that the devotees are very abnormal, very mad, insane. So many things they accuse, but they have no idea that who is the madman. So let us know that who is the madman through the lens of scriptures. So today this very good topic is that Srimad Bhagavatam 2:14, the very important verses spoken by the Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj in the very beginning. In the very beginning, it was spoken by the Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. Dehapatya kalatradisu atma sanyasu asotapi tesam pramatha nidhanam pasyanapi na pashyanti. So there is a beautiful word called pramatha. Pramatha means mad. So person devoid of ātma-tattva do not inquire into the problems of life, being too attached to the fallible soldier like the body, children, wife. Although sufficiently experienced, they still do not see their inevitable destruction. So in this verse, there is a word called pramatha. Pramatha means mad. There are three words: matta, pramatha, unmata. So this pramatha word is called crazy or madman, but he is not completely mad like unmata. He is half mad, because he is not constitutionally mad, but by the influence of material energy of the Lord Maya, he become mad. And how he has become mad? He is so much attached. He is thinking that this material life, this whosoever in this material existence, material life, they are all called pramatha, mad. Why mad? They are thinking that this material world is a secure place, happy place. They are happy because they have got wife, children, they have got the properties, bank balance, they have got the comfortable life, they have patra kalatri, so atma sanyasu asotapi. So they are thinking that they are very strong. Deha means their own body, they are very strong. Bala means power, strength. So they are very strong and stout. So they are secured. They are not going to die. They are going to live permanently. They have patya kalatri. They have patya means children. They have got children. So they are their soldier. They can save. They have patya kalatri dasu atma sanyasu. Atma sanyasu means Atma Sanyasu. Atma Sanyasu means all their children, all their relatives and all. So they are thinking that they are the secured. He is secured among all this society, wife, children, country, etc. Bank balance. But he has no idea that nobody is secured in this material world. All these so-called wife, children, society, they are also under the stringent of law of nature. They are bound. They are also subject to death. So therefore, he is called Pramatha. He is mad. He is planning after planning. He is planning for a very permanent life. So therefore, it is called Pramatha madman. That person is madman who do not know that Prabhupada very nicely said in a very good explanation in this way. Prabhupada said a very nice one class, Srimad Bhagavatam. Any moment I shall be kicked out. Any moment there is no guarantee. Parikit Maharaj got 7 days. We have not even 1 second's guarantee. This is our position, but still we are so much attached to Dehapatya, Kalatri Dasu, Atma Sanyasu. Everyone is thinking I am very comfortable at home. I have got my wife, I have got my children, I have got my bank balance. I have got many things. I have got my nation, community, I am secure. Why is thinking like that? Pramata madman. He's madman. He's not constitutionally mad, but influenced by Maya. He's thinking that I am this body, and all these relatives are my, permanent assets, permanent relation, and they are going to save me. So that is called pramata. They are the madmen. Not the devotees are madmen. Devotees know their constitutional position. So these are person called madmen. They have no idea about the goal of life. Prabhupada has given a very beautiful purport in this verse. This material world is called the world of death, Murtu Loko. Nobody can escape from the death in this material world. Brahma Bhuvanara Loko Punaravartinna Arjuna. Even up to the great exalted personality like Brahma ji, up to Ant, everybody, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna say, chapter 8, Krishna, Brahma Bhuvanala Loko Punaravartinna Arjuna. So nobody can escape from the death. You cannot trick the death. You cannot say, my wife, I have got a beautiful wife, children, I have got money. No. We cannot trick, you cannot bribe the death, you cannot bribe Emeralds. Every living being, beginning from the Brahma, who duration of life some thousands of millions years, down to the Johns who live for a few seconds only, is struggling for existence. Yes, everybody. Because our existence in a very non-existential atmosphere. So everybody is struggling for existence. We are spirit soul, but somehow imprisoned in this material body since time memorial. Therefore, we have to die. We have to give up this body. But this madman, he does not know this. He is thinking that I am this body. Yaha samohita jivam trigunatmakam. What is that? These beautiful verses Vasudeva has spoken 175. That Yaha samohitam jivam trigunatmaka. These are beautiful verses. या समहित जीव आत्मनम त्रिगुणात्मकम परोपि मन्यतेन अर्थम तत्कित्तम चाभिपद्यते. This is beautiful verses. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, think himself as a material product, thus undergoes the reaction of material matter. So he is thinking like that. I am this product, I am the body, and how to, in this way, this is my relative, this is my friend. In this way, he was engaged in this. He was engaged all these things. He is thinking that I am secured here, but he has no idea that there is no security in this material world. Up to Brahma Lok, although Brahma can live millions of years, his duration of life like 311 trillion, 40 billion, but he has to die. So Prabhupada has given a very nice thing. One story that one person, he thought that let me, stools is obnoxious. So nobody comes near the stools because it's obnoxious. So he smeared all the stools and he thought that Yamraj will not come. So it is said in Bengali that even though you smear all the stools in your body, Yamraj will come and take away. Murtu sarvara sacha. Nobody can escape the death. There is a beautiful story Prabhupada was telling, the Satyabhama Savitri. So there is exception case that how one can escape from the death. So Jamraj, it was foretold, Satyabhama Savitri both are loving each other. But Satyabhama, it was foretold that on the date of marriage, he will die. But love is blind. They got married, and on this very date, Satyabhama died. But Savitri, that time Yamraj came. When Yamraj came to take, so Savitri was very much serving him and pleasing him. So Yamraj told, "What do you want?" "No, I want to have a very good son." So okay, beat. So then he took the husband with him, but Savitri was following the Yamraj. So Yamraj told him, "Why? I cannot give your husband. He is already dead." Savitri told, just now we give the benediction, I will have a son. How can I have a son if I don't have husband? So finally Yamraj has to return his husband. So that is the exception case Satyabhama Savitri. But nobody can escape the death. So we do not know that. We are thinking that we are permanent, we are planning after planning after planning, but like, but Lord, who is the, but death comes. Again, it says that pramatham. Pramatham is mad. Pramatham uchairiti kriya chintanya. So in this verse it says that, my dear Lord, all living entities within this material world are mad after planning. That is called pramatha. They are mad after. These are called madmen because they are planning, planning, planning without understanding that this is a place of death. Every breath is a death breath. We do not know. Anytime we can die. And they are always busy with a desire to do this, do that. This is due to uncontrolled greed. This greed for material enjoyment is always existing in the living entity. But your lordship is always alert. In due course of time, you strike him just as a snake, which is just a mouse, and very easily swallow him. See, everybody planning, planning, and just like death comes and immediately catch him. They are called pramatha. Without understanding their constitutional position, influenced by this material energy of the Lord, they are all mad. They are after this sense gratification because they are thinking that this is my body, this is my. One kind of pramatha madman, he is thinking my wife, my children, they are all will help me, they will save me, I am secured. And another kind of madmen, they are thinking that this life is permanent, let us enjoy. Sense gratification is ultimate goal of life. They do not know that it's a transient life. So they are completely into sense gratification process. Nyunam pramathe kurute vikrama. Yusuf Dev is very nicely advising that these people are so much into sense gratification without understanding their position. Their Nyunam Pramatha Kurute. Again Pramatha. This Pramatha word is coming. Now our whole classes, whole theme is Pramatha. Pramatha means mad. So Nyunam Pramatha Kurute Vikrama Yad Indriya Pratyapannati Na Sadhumanya Atma Na Sadhumanya Yata Atmanayam Asonopi Klesa Dasa Sadeha. So these people, when a person considers the sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living, engaged in all kind of sinful activity. They do the vikrama, which is against the rule and regulation, only for the sake of sense gratification. Mad, pramatha. They are called madmen. They are running after sense gratification. Prahlad Maharaj also very nicely telling, what is that? Adanta govi visatam tamisram charvitam charvananam. Adanta, uncontrolled sense, and chewing the same thing which has been chewing since time memorial. Every life they have got set of wife, they have a facility of eating, they have got facility of sleeping, they have got facility of mating, they have got facility of defending. Every life. Still they are continuing, chewing the chewed. They are not satiated. They are called madmen, pramatha. He doesn't know due to his past misdeed, he has already received body which is although temporary is the cause of his misery. Actually, the living entity should not have taken a material body but has been awarded material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it is not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification by which he perpetually gets the material body one after another. So, this material body is not our constitutional position. We have got spiritual body, but somehow we have turned away from the Lord. We want to enjoy separately from the Lord, unfortunately. So we have to got this material body. As long as we have this tendency or inclination of enjoying the sense gratification, we have to change body. We have to perpetually get body, material body. We cannot give up this material body, get our constitutional spiritual body. We have to perpetually undergoing birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jastare. Again womb of the mother, again womb of the mother, one species to another species, one body to another body. So that is called Nyunam Pramatha Kurte Vikrama. They are Pramatha, madmen. They are called mad. Who is a madman? They are madmen. Those who are after the indiscriminate, uncontrolled sense gratification. So again it is Prahlad Maharaj is continuing very nicely. Here it also say that yadana pasyate ayata guneham swarte pramata sahasa vipassita. So in this verses also, even though one may be very learned and wise, he is mad, again mad. He is a madman. He is mad if he does not understand the endeavor for sense gratification is a useless waste of time. Being forgetful of his own interest, he tries to be happy in the material world, centering his interest around his home, which is based on sexual intercourse, which bring him all kind of material misery. In this way, one is no better than a foolish animal. See, that is the problem. That is exactly the materialistic life. That is the exactly life of a madman. Anybody who is there in material world, they are called pramata. Material existence means pramata. All mad. By influence of material energy, they are mad. They are centered around their family, sleeping, eating, mating, sex life, particularly the sex life. So in this way, they are entangled in its complexity and wasting their valuable time. The human form of life is so rarely achieved. After undergoing through so many evolution process, we get this unique opportunity of having this human form of life. When a living entity gets this human form of life, he is competent to stop this, cycle of birth and death. But if he is not stopping, then he is wasting his time. Sarma evai kevalam, wasting his time. Therefore, he is a madman. Not that devotees are madmen. These materialistic people are madmen. Those who are thinking that, even those who are thinking that, this whole, the aim of life is all about sense gratification, centering around the wife, children, bank balance. So therefore, it is stated that these peoples are very, what you say, these are the madmen has been described in Shastra. We can go back to the uh, purport. Therefore, this life is a sort of fight with material nature which imposes death upon all. In the human form of life, living being is competent enough to come to an understanding of this great struggle for existence. But being too attached to family members, society, country, he wants to win over the invincible material nature by the aid of bodily strength, children, wife, relative, etc. Although he sufficiently experience in the matter of the past experience, previous example of the disease predecessor, does not see that the so-called fighting soldier like children, relatives, society member, countrymen are all fallible in the great struggle. This is the thing, he does not know that. He does not know. He is so much busy maintaining the family. He is so much busy enjoying the family. He has no idea. There is a very good story. There is a Rishikal Lomoharsana. He has got very long duration of life. Like Brahmadi life is so much long. So when Brahmadi dies, his one of the hair fall down. In this way, if all the hair from the body fall down, then he is going to die. It is such a long duration of life, Brahmasa Muni. And he was chanting seaside, standing and chanting. Narada Muni approached him. He told, Sir, why don't you sit down, make a cottage, sit down and do chant. He's chanting Hare Krishna. So, but Lomoharsa Muni, he replied, how long I am going to stay, live? Let me finish my business. Why unnecessary wasting time? He has got so much duration. Brahma life is 411 trillion and 40 billion. One Brahma die, when Brahma dies, one hair fall down. So many hair in this body. That means how many zillions of life he has got. Still he is thinking, oh, I have got short life, why unnecessary do unnecessary all the things. But we the people, madmen, Pramatha, we are madmen. Why? We are thinking that I am going to live 70 years. I have to make a big skyscraper. I have to big advancement of technology, advancement of these, that, all this nonsense manufacturing. This is called modern civilization. All this Pramatha civilization, madman civilization. This is not modern civilization, but madman civilization, Prabhupada said. Madmen. They want to do so many things manufacturing, but they have no idea that they are going to live only 70 years, 80 years maximum, 100 years maximum. No idea. So this is the thing, this is the problem. They do not know the actual constitutional their own self-interest. What is the ultimate goal of life? In these beautiful verses, Bhagavatam, today all Prahlad Prabhu references, because Nisyandev is coming, Nasendra is coming, so we are giving a lot of Prahlad Maharaj's advice. Prahlad Maharaj says that one's richest beautiful wife, female friends, one's son, daughter, one's resident, one's domestic animal like cows, elephant, horses, one's treasury, economic development, sense gratification, indeed even the lifetime one which one can enjoy, all these material opulences are certainly temporary, flickering. Since the opportunity of human life is temporary, what benefit can these material opulences give to a sensible man who has understood himself to be eternal? See, all these so-called opulences are just like flickering happiness. A bubble, anytime can burst and finish. Finish. Human life is transient. Labdha sudullabam bahu sambhammate. What is that? 11 to 9. Khanabhangura. It's very, any moment it can die. It can perish, this material body. Any moment. Dullabam manusya janma. Dehinam khanabhangura. Dullabam manusya janma is very rare. But it can also finish soon. It can finish soon. So if we are thinking that is, if we are mad after this, all these opulences, material opulences, which are flickering and temporary, what is the use of that? What is the gain? What benefit this material opulences can give to a sensible man? A sensible man will not be happy with this temporary thing. Will not happy, because he has understood himself is eternal. Those who are insensible person like madman, pramata, they are running after all this flickering happiness. Flickering happiness. So therefore, this pramata, they are called madmen. In one of the another verses also, Prahlad Maharaj is very nicely speaking in 7th canto 7:44, that since the body itself is ultimately meant to become stools or earth, what is the meaning of paraphernalia related to the body, such as wives, residents, wives, children, relatives, servants, friends, kingdom, treasuries, animals, and ministers? They are also temporary. What more can be said about this? Everything is temporary. All this so-called relative, so-called paraphernalia, all this paraphernalia is very near and dear as long as the body exists. But as soon as the body is destroyed, all things are related to body are also finished. Therefore, actually, one has nothing to do with them. But because of ignorance, one accepts them as valuable. Compared to the ocean of eternal happiness, they are most insignificant. What is the use of such insignificant relationship for the eternal living being? Sabutan mein mata pita paye. Every life, every our life, every species of life, we have got these facilities of all this sense gratification. All this happiness, a snake life, cat life, dog life, animal life, every life has got the facility of sense enjoyment. But these all are insignificant. We are eternal. We can get unlimited happiness in our constitutional position, in our spiritual existence. But we are so much covered by maya, covered by ignorance. We do not know. We are running after this flickering happiness. Tatale saikate bhari bindu sama. Just like in desert, a little drop of water that will not quench our thirst. The happiness we are deriving here by all this material contact. Yes, ye samprasada bhogo dukkha jonaya konte. This all this little happiness, it is all, first of all, it is very entangling. And secondly, this is all very insignificant as compared to the Brahmasaukyam Anantam, unlimited happiness of material existence. This so-called Aram is temporary, but the Ram means reservoir of pleasure. Ramante yogina anante satyananda chidatmani iti Rama padanasayu param brahma vidyate. The meaning of Ram is ocean of pleasure. When you connect with Ram, we connect with Krishna, then so-called material comfort, Aram, is very insignificant. Very, very insignificant. Therefore, those who are wise person, devotee, they are not interested. Prahlad Maharaj was not interested when he was offered material benediction. He told, I don't want anything. My father was a champion. He has everything, but you vanish everything within a within a second. You have come and killed my father. I don't want that material happiness. I want the spiritual happiness, the devotional service. He doesn't want this material happiness. It's very flickering. Therefore, the buddhi, ramante, those who are Buddha, it is said that yehi samprasita bogo dukkha jonaya evate adyantavata konteya na ramanti buddhaha. The Buddha, intelligent person, they know that it is all flickering happiness. It has got expiration date. It has got manufacturing date, expiration date. Adya antavata, it is a beginning and end. So therefore, they are not seeking a deriving pleasure. They are not after pursuing after this material happiness. They are not madmen, they are gentlemen. The difference between a madman and gentleman. Devotees are gentlemen. They know the fact as it is. But madmen, they were influenced by Maya, they are covered by ignorance. Nyunnam pramata kurute vikrama. So this is the thing. So we can go back to the purport of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is telling that, yeah. So, with the help of material science, this poor fund of knowledge exhibited by human society is certainly misleading. It is all due to ignoring the constitution of living soul. Material world exists only as a dream due to our attachment to it. Otherwise, the living soul is always different from material nature. The great ocean of material nature is touching the waves of time. The so-called living entities are something like a foaming bubbles which appear before us as bodiless. And why build and society contribute due to lack of knowledge of the self. We become victimized by the force of ignorance and spoil the valuable energy of human life in vain search after the permanent living condition which are impossible in this. So this impossible in material world is like a permanent happiness in the material world, permanent settlement in the material world impossible. Impossible. Because despite our tenacious determination to stay in this material home, death comes. Death rudely rejects us, ejects us from this platform. So there is no question of nobody can escape from the death. Not by flying. He says that nobody can escape death by any means other than taking shelter of the Lord. In this beautiful verses it says that no one in this material world has become free from four principles of birth, death, disease, old age. Even by fleeing to various planets. See? Only thing that when you take shelter of the Lord, we can get out. Otherwise, there is no chance. No chance. So-called comfortable life, just like Gajendra, the celestial elephant. He was very happy playing sports with wife, children, citizen. As unprecedentedly, all of a sudden, the crocodile came and he put him in a very precarious condition and just near to death. And there is a big struggle for existence for 1,000 celestial years. Finally, he surrendered to the Lord and prayed the Lord and got rescued. So this is the example. Our life is exactly like this. We are all pramata. We are thinking that all my wife, they are all my permanent, and they will save me. I'm secured. I'm comfortable. I have got a beautiful permanent job, permanent status, permanent residence, comfortable life. But it's just flickering. It's all flickering. Whole materialistic advancement of human civilization is like the decoration of a dead body. Everyone is a dead body flapping only for a few days, yet all energy of human life is being wasted in the decoration of this dead body. So Sukadeva Goswami is pointing out the duty of human being after showing the actual position of bewildered human activity. Person who are devoid of knowledge of ātma-tattva are misguided, but those who are devotee of the Lord have a perfect realization of transcendental knowledge are not bewildered. See, very nice purport. So here it is said that this is what whole materialistic civilization is, just like a human civilization, like decoration of dead body. That is called decoration of dead body. A dead body you decorate, what is the value of that? Apranasya dehasya lokom ranjanam. It is stated in this verse that if you decorate a dead body, what is the value of that? In India, there is a class of men. They are called mochi. They say what they do. They are very stingy, but at the time of death, when somebody dies, they make a very big procession and very big procession, spend so much money to decorate the dead body. Bhagavat bhakti hinasya jati shastram dapa tapa pranasya deyasya mandanam lokam niranjana. So these people, they are so much ornament. So this, so the so-called decorating the dead body is just useless. Similarly, all this human civilization is just like a decoration of dead body, because everybody is dead body flying for few days only, and they will be fluff. So what is the use of that so-called wasting our human form of life, which we have awarded after many labda sudallabam idam bahut sambambate. After many lifetime of many years of evolution process, we have got this very valuable human form of life. In this form, we have got privilege, prerogative to understand our position and stop this repeated cycle of birth death. If we lose this opportunity, then it is serve all waste of time. Our civilization do not know that. They were advancing in materialistic, how to give the comfort to body, but there is no knowledge of ātma-tattva. There is no feeding of the soul. So as a result, we are in a very precarious condition, changing body after body after body. This is our position. We are called pramatha. Pramatha means mad, mad. We do not know our spiritual, our actual interest. So this is a beautiful verses for Muchukunda. Labda janadulabam atra manusam kaschid abhangam ayantanga padarabindana bhajati asanmatir grihanda kupe patita jathapasuhu. The person has an impure mind who, despite having somehow or other automatically obtained the rare and highly evolved human form of life, does not worship a lotus spirit like an animal that has fallen into blind well. Such a person has fallen into darkness of material world. Same thing was spoken by the Prahlad Maharaj also. Prahlad Maharaj will nicely say that na sadhu manya asur na sadhu mari asurya baradehi nam sada samudigna di asadagrahat. You see, impermanent body is asadagrahat. Sada samudigna always gives play difficulty, misery. Kesada asasya deha. Hitvatma patam grihamanda kupam vanam gato yad dharimasrayat. So Prahlad Maharaj also advising same thing. Oh, best of Asura, king of demons. As far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body, temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having no water but only suffering. One should give up this position, go to forest vana. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavan where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take shelter of the Supreme Personality of God. That is the advice of Prahlad Maharaj. Don't stay. It is like a blind well. When you fall down in a blind well, first of all, you are blind. This well is blind and no water. Blind means nobody well can see, and there is slim chances of you being rescued. Therefore, it is called blind. Andha kupam. If a kupa has light, then there is a possibility of somebody will see and rescue you. But if the well is blind and no water also, you cannot survive. So this is what called temporary body, temporary household life. But the madman, without understanding this repercussion, without understanding this precarious, understanding this predicament, they are running after that. Therefore, they are mad. Pramatha, they are called madmen. But devotees, they know the constitutional position. They take shelter of the Lord. Therefore, it is said that asithim chaturasaiva lakshana. Again, it is said that you have got this human form of life after a long time, a long year. Don't just misuse it simply for the sake of sense gratification. You try to understand. It will be beautiful verses from I think Brahma Vaivatra Purana. Asitim chaturasaiva lakshana tan jiva jatisu brahmadvi purushe prapya manushyan janma prayat tadapi avalatam nataha tesam atma vimaninam Varakanam Anasrita Govinda Charanada. This human life is so important that even demigods in the higher planets sometimes aspire for human body on this earth. Because in the Human body only can easily go back to Godhead in spite of having obtained such an important body. If one does not really re-establish his lost eternal relationship with Govinda, Lord Krishna, is certainly a fool who has forgotten his self-interest. This human form of material body is obtained after gradual process of evolution to one body after another in cycle of 8.4 million varieties of life. And poor man, forgetting this importance for his own interest, involve himself in so many illusory engagement for uplifting the position of others as a leader, political emancipation and economic development. There is no harm in trying for political emancipation. So all such philanthropic activity must be detailed in returning to God. So after getting this Asitim Chaturascha Eva Lakshana, 8.4 billion species, after you get that and you are not taking shelter of the Lord, you are simply wasting in the time, in surrounding with your wife, children, society, country. This is completely a useless waste of time. Sarma bhai kevalam. It is not recommended by Shastra. So they are called pramatha. They are called madmen. So they are called madmen. Pramatham uchair iti kritya chittanya. So they are all pramatha. A man obviously thought of what he thinks need to be done, intensely greed, delighting in sense enjoyment, is suddenly confronted by you. See, they are all from. They have no idea that impending death is coming, is behind. Anytime, anytime he can come and catch. Just like they are like animals. Animals in the slaughterhouse. A slaughterhouse, the one animal is slaughtered, another is very blissfully munching the grass, without understanding the fact is that next is his turn to be slaughtered. We are like just foolish animal. We have no idea that we are going to be the next to be slaughtered by the Yamraj, by the death. So this is the idea that we learn that who is the madman. Prahlad Maharaj is very nice. See, mad, the devotees are sometimes accused that you are madman, just like Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakasipu, his father even, his father himself is against the enemy. His father is a very madman, pramatha, unmata, pramatha, mata. He is full of pramatha. And he is very dead against his son, Prahlad Maharaj, who is a devotee, who is a gentleman. So he wanted to kill him. He thought that you are a madman. You are madman. You are always speaking God, God, God. Where is this God? He is trying to kill him, but every time he was saved by the Lord. So he is very angry. He's telling, what God? Where did you learn? He told, I learned from my spiritual master. But you cannot learn because you are so much into sense gratification. You cannot understand Krishna consciousness. Matirna Krishna parata, swatava parata. Adanta gobi tamisram visatam tamisram gunatarvitam sarvana. You do not know, my father. You do not know what is your self-interest. Nate viddu sastha gastimi Vishnu. Vishnu is our, to understand Vishnu is our ultimate goal of life. You do not know that. So you cannot understand. And his father was very angry. He telling, where is your Lord? Show me that. He's there, where is your Lord? So he was very mad. So then Nrsimhadev come out from the pillar to prove this. Yes, I am there everywhere. You are madman, you cannot see. Satyam vidatum nijabhuttavasitam bhaptim cha bhutesu akilesu cha atmanaha dasyatadbhuta atyadbhuta rupamudvahan stambhe samayam namirgam namanusam. So Lord Nrsimhadev, to prove the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. But the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. So this Pramatha, they do not understand, they do not care for God. They are completely I, me platform. They have never transcended this I, me platform. They are always thinking of their self or extended selfishness. They are all after impermanent things. But devotee is different. And sometimes they say devotee are mad, abnormal, insane, and they trying to hurt him, harm him, just like Hiranyakasipu is hurting and harming to his own son Prahlad Maharaj. Therefore, the Prahlad, but when you take shelter, devotee take shelter of this Supreme Lord, and they are saved, they are protected, and they got the eternal life, associate, and go back to Godhead, associate with the Lord. That is the position of a gentleman and position of a madman. So these are the madmen. So thank you very much. So let us try to be gentlemen and go back to Godhead rather than a madman. Hare Krishna, all goes to Srila Prabhupada.